Hello and welcome. Thank you if you're watching the replay, and thank you if you're watching me live today. I'm jumping in today because I want to first of all pull some cards, a weekly card reading for everybody, and secondly I just want to share some thoughts with you, really, just some observations that I've sort of noticed and been pondering on this week, and I thought I'd share with you, and I'd love to get your thoughts as well on, what you think about sort of your life's journey and how your experiences shape things. So start off with, let's pull a card and see what's going on for the week ahead for everyone. So I'd like a card, please, for the Pure Hearts Healing Community. So these are from my Angel deck, Power Angel Tarot cards. I love these cards. Oops, there we go. We've got a couple. And that one wants to come out as well. So let's see what we've got. So first of all, we've got the Page of Ariel. Okay, I love Archangel Ariel. Archangel Ariel is the angel who she works with all animals, the animal kingdom, so I have a particular affinity with her because I love working with the animal kingdom as well. And she's also very much linked to money and the comings and going of money and finances as well. The second card I've got is the Nine of Michael, and that one straight away I can see is about reflection. I'm going to do a deeper reading in a minute. And then we've got the Four of Michael as well. So looking at these, when you're reading cards, quite often you can read the cards sort of as individuals. You can do it as a past, present and future, or you can read it, the cards will tell a story. So let's see what these are doing at the moment. Okay, so I'm reading all these cards as a present moment card. They're all sort of telling a story, but all the cards together are forming part of a bigger picture. So first of all, you've got the Page of Ariel. Now with Ariel, she's sat in a library, and within that library there's lots and lots of books, which to me screams lots and lots of knowledge. And that knowledge, to me, a lot of that knowledge is what's inside of you already. Okay. The card itself reads that an excellent opportunity will be offered to you, scholarship or the pursuit of education, time to get to work. But when I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing all those books. I'm seeing a confident young girl, and the books are all open. It looks like they've already been read. To me, that's telling me that the knowledge is already there. So for me, this card is telling you it's time to get to work. It's time to start looking at the knowledge you've got, looking at how you can put that knowledge to good use to support you in your future ahead. Now, in order to do that, you need to really focus. So here we've got the Nine of Michael, and with this card, he's looking at wisdom. If you have a look, he's sitting on the bed, and there we've got some reflection. Okay, time to meditate. When you meditate, quite often that's when the answers will come. So it could be that you've already got a bit of an idea that you're thinking of, that you need to get out there, but you need to just reflect on it further and access. If you have a look here, we've got the owl, and owls are all about wisdom. So it's about sitting back, reflecting and accessing your own inner wisdom. So how can you put all this knowledge that you've got to use to bring you forward with an idea? You've got the knowledge, you've got the expertise, you've got what you need. You just need to sort of reflect on that and do some sort of inner searching. What is it you need? You've got the materials, but you need to have the awareness really of what you need to move forward. The card itself is saying your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt or worry to your angels. Now with this card, I'm also drawn to the caduceus here in the corner. And the caduceus is a symbol that Archangel Raphael carries with him. Now Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing, okay, and heart and of love. So with this, I'm feeling that some healing is needed. There is some worry about, and things need to sort of calm down a little bit. And I believe that it's worry that you're carrying. You need to get rid of any worry that you're carrying. Everything you need is here. Okay, you've got everything you need. So you need to let go of worry, let go of anticipation, let go of feeling that you need to know the answers. I think there's an element of allowing and trust here as well. Yeah, you've got what you need. Allow it to come to you. A little bit of reflection, and that comes in actually with this last card as well, and it fits in perfectly. It says insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek release from stress. So again, that's where the card here is coming. You've got the worry, the healing is needed, and you need time off. You need that time to reflect and think. And once you've got that time and you've got that space, you've got that reflection, yeah, you can let go of the worries, because you will realise that whatever you need to solve the problem, the resources you need are within you. So those are the cards for the week. Okay, so look out for where they come up in your life at the moment. I'm just going to quickly, just hopefully this isn't going to have some sound, but I'm just going to flick on the page on Facebook just to see if there's any comments that are coming up here, because I can't currently read comments from the live view, unfortunately, on Facebook. So I can't see any, but if anybody leaves any comments and I don't see them whilst I'm on the live call, then I will get back to you afterwards. So do post your comments, even if you're watching the replay, I will reply to them. So jump in and let me know what you think, and let me know if these cards resonate with you, and you know what comes up for you in the week ahead. That would be brilliant. Okay, so that brings me on to the next step, the reflections. And what I've been reflecting on this week is life purpose, and it came up for me when I was at the Full Spectrum Centre on Wednesday, and I've been doing some healing, and I was just thinking about sort of coming on live, and I was thinking about the customers that I tend to come and see me quite often. And it's not because I advertise for any particular need, but quite often a lot of the clients who come to see me are clients who've been through similar experiences to me in the past. So some of you may know, some of you may not know, that 9 years ago now I had breast cancer, and I went through all the horrible things that come with breast cancer, the surgery, the chemotherapy, the radiotherapy, the fatigue, the anxiety that followed it, and those things, they were horrible at the time. They really were. It wasn't a nice thing to go to. But 9 years on, I see that experience was a gift, because not only did that experience open me up to this whole world of spiritualism, it's what led me on my path down Angelic Reiki route and learning Angelic Reiki, but it also led me on to helping clients who are further behind me on that stage, who might also have gone through a cancer diagnosis and treatment, who might also have gone through anxiety. And it's really interesting how my life experiences are drawing to me the clients who've been through similar situations, and I'm able to help them more because I understand. I've been there. I understand what they're going through. I understand how it affects them. And quite often you have to walk the path that somebody's walked to fully understand, to fully get something. And a classic example of that is my husband has MS, and a big part of MS is feeling fatigue. Now, I always understood that fatigue is a feeling of extreme tiredness. What I didn't realise was the extent of that until I was going through chemotherapy, and then I experienced fatigue, and boy, it is more than just tiredness, way more. It literally is like if you've got a battery something's got a battery, and you can tell when the battery's winding down because things start to go a little bit slower and not perform as well. And I remember one day in particular, I'd had a shower, I was very tired from a shower, I was operating on a low battery, and I went to brush my daughter's hair. Simple task, lift your arm up, brush the hair down, and I literally, my arm got there and it dropped, and I had nothing to lift my arm up. You know, and that is fatigue. It's not something that you can fight through, it's not something you can work through, it's not just tiredness, it literally is a battery gone flat. There is nothing left. So if you know anybody who suffers with fatigue, believe you me, it's not tiredness. But to fully understand and comprehend just how bad that can be, you have to go through it. You know, I'd lived with my husband, I've seen him suffering with it, I understood that he felt really tired, and I empathised with that to the extent that I was able to. But once I'd experienced that, that empathy was so much more because I understood it. You know, I didn't just see it, I understood it. And that's how life paths work. So quite often, many of you can go through some sort of trauma in your life, and most people do, you know, go through trauma at some stage in their life. But you can then use that trauma to help other people come through their trauma. So I spoke a little bit about how I use at the, you know, my experience to draw like the clients for the angelic Reiki. But the extent to that with the way it works is, when I had the cancer, that actually set me on my path to angelic Reiki. That helped me find that path. The path was always there. I was always going to go down that route. I just needed a way to get there. Another experience I had way back when I was a child, I struggled with childhood anxiety, you know, which was a recurring thing as an adult after the cancer. And this is what happened after my diagnosis, which I found is the true blessing. First of all, an auntie came and gave me some Reiki treatment, and that got me through my chemotherapy. That helped me manage the anxiety that came through every time I was about to start a chemotherapy treatment that I knew was going to make me poorly. And not only did it calm the anxiety, it helped me stay on an even keel, and it really got me through my treatment. I can't tell you how much, and I'm so grateful to my auntie for setting me on that path. And each time I had the Reiki session, I knew that I had to give something back. I didn't know how. I even knew in a way that I was going to be doing Reiki, though at the time I couldn't imagine any situation where I would be doing Reiki because I was a teacher. You know, my path was completely different, or so I thought at that time. But as I went back to work after the diagnosis, I wasn't the same me. I was going back to work with fatigue. Now, teaching, for those of you who are teachers, will know full well that it is a full-on job. You've got a class of 30 odd children. You're not only teaching every second of the day, but when the children have gone home, you've also got the marking, you've got the planning, you've got the assessments. Unfortunately, not all the holidays that people think that you've got, because somehow you've got to try and get more planning and more assessments and tests in. So there is no break. So whilst I was off having the treatment, I suddenly realised, actually, I've got my life back, because all I was doing, I was working all day, I was coming home having tea, I was working all night. Saturdays I was cleaning, Sundays I was working all day again. That was my life as a teacher. And then whilst I was off having the treatment, I suddenly realised, well, school was happening without me. You know, they were managing, but my family were what were important. They could have gone on without me. You know, what would have happened to them if I weren't there to look after them? So at that point my priorities changed. And also I found me again. I'd forgotten who I was. So I found my hobbies again. I found my love for animals again. As a kid, I'd always loved animals. I'd always been around animals. But as a teacher, I didn't have time for me and who I was. So when I went back to work, and then all of a sudden I'm a different me, I'm struggling with fatigue, I'm struggling with anxiety. That anxiety just got worse and worse. And, you know, to keep up, I threw more time at the work to do less job, become more tired, which meant I had to work harder, and I was in a dreadful cycle. Hi Grania, glad you're watching me. So from then on, that anxiety got worse. So then I went to a local centre and I had some angelic Reiki, and that really, really, really helped me, alongside mindfulness and meditation practice, which I got into as well. So these things really helped me on the road to recovery, and I started looking at my whole holistic health. My husband, I mentioned, has MS. He went to the local centre and I said to him, why don't you go and try angelic Reiki? Now, bearing in mind, this to both of us was completely new. We didn't know what to expect, we didn't know how it would work, we just went into it with an open mind. My husband came out and his pain levels was always minimum 4, usually near a 7 out of 10. And when he came out, his pain was gone. He wasn't in any pain. And he was absolutely gobsmacked. And that lasted about a week. And then he needed a top up. So from there, I decided I was going to learn angelic Reiki so that I could do it for me. I could do self-healing for me, which I needed, and I could do some healing for Andy, which he needed. So I enrolled on a beginner's course for angelic Reiki, and that gave me what we need for that, but I was hooked. I realised I absolutely loved it. I didn't know what angels were. I didn't fully understand the concept. I'd not come from, I wasn't religious in any shape or form. But I knew that energy worked, and I knew I absolutely loved that energy. I later came to recognise that angelic energy, it is energy. Angels are an archetype, and I came to understand angels on a deeper level. But at the time, I learnt the system and I loved it, and then I went on to become a teacher of Reiki, and I absolutely love teaching other people how to do that as well, because whether they want to, like me, just embark on the journey for their own self-healing and to heal, to help other family and friends, or whether they want to embark on it as a new career path or to add to an existing career path, it's an amazing modality. The other thing that I went on to learn was, when I went back to school, is I recognised how many more children were struggling with childhood anxiety. So as a SENCO, a Special Educational Needs Coordinator, I also got to support a lot of the children who were struggling with emotional health as well. And I realised, and I recognised straight away, because again, if you remember, I struggled with childhood anxiety, and I could see more and more children coming through with that, and that again, it's a horrible experience. But I've been through it, I understood it. So I wanted to do more for them. So that's when I also brought about my, I started working more with animals again, as I've already said. And I actually created a movement and meditation with animals package. And I strongly believe that this was downloaded, it came to me through meditations. And this movement and meditation animal package is for children aged 6 to 11, and each animal teaches an aspect of emotional intelligence, something to support their well-being. So it helps children with the self-esteem, it helps them with a positive mindset, to really know who they are and love themselves for who they are. It helps them build strong relationships with others. It helps them with problem-solving skills. And as well as teaching them all the benefits of meditation and mindfulness and ways to manage their emotions before they get too big. Now, if you think about it, as an adult, many of you, and I'm pretty sure everybody at some point in their life experiences imposter syndrome, but some more than others. Now, imposter syndrome is when you want to do something but you won't do it because you think, well, there's always somebody out there who's better, who's more experienced than me. There's already people doing it, why would I want to do it? Hi Therese, thank you for watching me live. So quite a lot of us struggle with imposter syndrome, and that is a confidence issue or a self-esteem issue. And there's always things that we bring with us from our childhood that we bring with us into adult life. Now, can you imagine now, as somebody who may have struggled with self-esteem, or struggled with imposter syndrome, or you struggle to relax, you struggle with anxiety or to manage those big emotions. Can you imagine if, as a child, you had learned how to manage those emotions from a young age. You'd learnt to meditate, you'd learnt mindfulness, you knew how to recognise when those emotions were starting to get too big and curb them. You'd learnt to love and value yourself for who you are and what your gifts are without waiting until you're an adult before having to find out and then worry about not being good enough compared to other people. So to learn that from a child is a powerful thing, because that is what we're bringing with us into adulthood. So you're bringing a child who is confident, who has good self-esteem, is able to accept that, okay, people's opinions differ, not everyone's going to agree with me, not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay. And they're taking that into adulthood. How confident as an adult, and how much more success are they going to experience in life as a result of that? Okay, so all this comes back to life path. This all comes back to my experiences when I was younger, my experience of childhood anxiety, my experience of adult anxiety, my experience of having cancer 9 years ago and the path that led me on. This was all my life path, because these are the things that I now am able to take forward to help other people with who are also experiencing similar things. So when you're thinking about your life path, and you know, whether you're thinking that you need a change, you're trying to reflect on who you are, maybe you're looking for a change of career, just go back, take yourself back, and what are the recurring themes that come up in your life? What are your traumas that you've got through, you've lived through, you've come through, you've survived, and you now have an awful lot of knowledge and wisdom. So if you met somebody else who's experiencing that very same thing that you've gone through, you get it, you totally understand it, and you're one step ahead of them. You can help them with that. Okay, so as you're thinking about your path going forward, think about these things. These are the things that you can help with. So let me know your reflections. Let me know, what do you think your path is? What are your experiences? How do you use your own experiences to help other people? I'd absolutely love to hear, you know, your ideas on my reflections, because these are reflections, these are observations I've made. What do you think? You know, share your own and let me know. And I mean, obviously through that, if any of my experiences can help any of you in any way, and you feel that you want to work with me because you know I've been through what you've been through, reach out, get in touch. I teach angelic Reiki workshops. I've got one coming up on the 29th and 30th of January. I've got my animal meditation groups for children, Lama meditation, that's all in the bio. I do fortnightly meditation classes at the centre. I'm an angelic Reiki practitioner, so I do angelic Reiki treatments at the Full Spectrum Centre in Duckingfield. I even do virtual, I can do angelic Reiki through distance healing, because energy travels, you know, it's not fixed to one place. So if I can help you in any way, do reach out. But if what I've told you today and my reflections help you just to figure out what your life path is, or reflect on your life path so you can see how you can help other people going forward, then, you know, that's absolutely fantastic. You know, I'd love to hear that. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you if you're watching live, and thank you if you're watching the replay. Do, you know, pop your comments in the box and reach out if I can help you in any way. Thank you for watching. Bye.